original question, the majority falls on Brendan Shanahan. The majority. And I mean, he's gone now. But yeah, this was all under his watch. So yeah, he's got to be a big boy and wear it, and he did. He lost his job, but he wanted to believe in this group to the point where he doubled and tripled down on it. And at what point should they have seen some red flags? At what point should they have had more concern about where this was headed? Brad Treliving's relatively new to this whole thing. So, yeah, he's been here now a couple of seasons, but clearly he doesn't wear it like Brendan Shanahan because he's still here and he's getting an opportunity to fix a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
But like I look at the behavior of children, and I don't necessarily look at the child first. I'm like, where are the parents, and what's going on with the parents, and what are the parents saying, and what are they doing to rectify this behavior?
That's a bad dog. Wonder what happened with that dog.
So ultimately, yeah, I think for sure Brendan wears a lot of this. And at what point should they have identified where the tea leaves were telling you this was heading? That's, to me, the miss. Is that there were concerns behind the scenes, and I don't know whether you wanted to face them head on or you just brushed them under the carpet.
I will always be amazed that, like, you know, we've talked about the accountability and lack of accountability. The fact that everybody came back after Montreal will always stick with me. Mm-hmm. That Dubas was still around, Keefe was still around, all four of the core guys, Morgan, like, everybody just got to, and listen, they went past the first round of the playoffs. The next year, I understand that, first time, whatever. But that year, when you still would have been able to trade Mitch, you still would have been able to trade Willie. Like, I'm not even saying it had to be Mitch, but it just had to be one of them at some point. And the fact that everyone came back after Montreal was insane for me. So that's maybe where it started.
You know, so when I coached with Sheldon, and I say coached loosely, you know, I helped him do the coaching with the Marlies. I remember being in a playoff series, and after the first game, we had gotten walked through the neutral zone, and he wanted to change our forecheck to something we hadn't done all season long. Like game 2. And I was like, I don't.
And you told him you're crazy.
No, actually, yes, I did. I told him, you know, that makes no sense. We're overreacting, whatever. And his point was just that in a short series, you don't have time to figure out if it was just bad luck that your strategy didn't work, or you have to make the adjustments and assume that was real information back to you. And it's funny that so many years they thought the Leafs just got unlucky in the playoffs. Tavares' injury happened the one year. We couldn't get the goaltending this year. You know, they excused it away when they got the same information over and over. Yeah, they just didn't fall. Next time they'll fall. Like, at some point, you had to have made the call and said, make a pivot.
Collectively, they had character flaws. It's like, you know, sometimes you look at marriages and there's like positives and negatives, right?
Yeah.
But
sometimes
there's a balance.
Sometimes they work against each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But all of them had that same flaw.
We kept saying, can you tape grit to this core?
No. And
how many times we had that conversation?
Oh my God.
Four guys making $50 million, and every single one, come playoff time, want to go around you and not through you.
And then you bring in all these guys you want to throw body checks on the fourth line and go, there we go. That'll fix it. It's like, no, those guys aren't on the ice enough in big moments for it to matter. So.
Did you want to hear anything from McCrimmon about the trade at all? Yeah, okay. I put 3 in there. Well, let's do the first one, Derek, on the process to trade for Mitch. Clip 1.
You know, with respect to Mitch, we've had discussions with Toronto, you know, going back a long time where we would have been interested in acquiring Mitch Marner. We had discussions at the trade deadline that were initiated by Toronto where they were trying to do a trade that involved another team. We weren't able to make it happen. When Mitch indicated, or it appeared that Mitch would be going to free agency, he was our target. He was the player that we wanted. And again, tying into why would you do that trade in advance? We wanted to eliminate other teams. We wanted to be able to create a one-on-one relationship with his representatives in terms of trying to do a contract, and that's how the deal came together.
I've gone on record to tell you guys that if it was me, I would have given Mitch Marner a window at the end of the summer to start the season, but I would have given him a hard date to say, I cannot let you walk out the door for free here. Okay? If you are not signing with us, I need 2 teams, 4 teams. I need something. You got to give me something to work with.
Do you think they would have given that?
Hold on.
Sorry?
You think they would have given that?
I would have demanded it.
This is the most sensitive camp on earth.
Yeah.
Demanded it.
This is the most sensitive camp and player on earth. I mean, you're bringing up comments in press conferences from years ago that Tree didn't come out and say, we got to get this guy signed. It's like if they had gone to him and said, give me 2 teams, give me 4 teams, I demand it.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have packed up his ball and got a bag and gone home.
Then pack up. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with you. That's
have a
right.
basic
But you were dealing with a
principle and
live
you just
wire.
Stick with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, it's over.
And they didn't show those stones. And I just thought Dobson and Darsh, they did theirs.
I cannot be embarrassed in this situation. And Brad almost was. He salvaged Nick Waugh, which was, I like him. And I think there's some good upside.
Yeah.
I think as close as you can get to anything of substance, usually these things are like a 4th rounder, a 5th rounder. They got a guy with some upside here.
27-year-old controllable right shot center who can play.
6'4".
Yeah, he can play.
He can play. So good on Brad to get something, but he came this
But it ain't
close
renting it.
to mismanaging an asset that could have been regarded as one of the worst managed assets in NHL history. No question.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about that 3-team thing that he mentioned there? Do you have any insight on what that was? Like, because I remember you brought up the Cowan thing.
Theodore, I think, was involved before.
It was before the season.
Before
but at the
contract
deadline.
season.
At the deadline, he alluded to
Nothing. And it wasn't even close.
Okay.
Of Mitch being traded to Carolina, and he wasn't going anywhere.
Well, because he kind of alluded to that he would have gone to, because he talked about how if there was somewhere he was going to go at the deadline, alluding to his wife being pregnant, that's a place that they wanted to stay and sign, which is 100% fair. I get that.
Yeah.
But at Vegas, there was part of a 3-team anyways. So I just wanted to...
There was nothing for the Leafs to think that they could. They just won the Atlantic Division. Or they were on their way to win the Atlantic Division. You're not taking your leading scorer where you're perceived as maybe the best window to win a Stanley Cup.
It was their best window.
Exactly. So they would have got crucified trading Mitch.
Well, if it was for Rantanen, it wouldn't have been.
Done well.
That was not happening.
Rantanen had 16 points in 5 games.
The time I mentioned this, the time